what is some advice that you can supply someone who's getting into like the reselling or even content? Yeah.
Wow, this is hard.
Yeah.
It's not. Freaking talking to people at swap meets.
Oh, that's true.
Top relationships is every game hunting tip video you've ever watched in your life at this point. Don't even need to watch. We've put them out. Delete those videos. It's all about connections at this point. I mean, the stuff we've gotten from following other rules, right? Like there's other things you can do to help, and there's things you can do to get better stuff, and you know, get there early, do this. Yes, those things are all valid, but we've never gotten better stuff and had better success than by making the right connections and talking to people. And I think we were one of the first people on YouTube that when everybody was hating on resellers, we were kind of like, who cares? Like we kind of talked to Lewis and these guys and these resellers, like, let's be friends with them. And we started being like, instead of hating on resellers, we weren't resellers. It took us like 9 years to start reselling stuff. But we were like, let's be cool with them. And lo and behold, these are where all of our best stuff comes from, because those guys are the guys that are sourcing. They're going to storage lockers. They're doing this. We didn't have time for that. They're bringing us that stuff because we made cool with them. And they're like, hey, you're not like the other YouTubers, so to say, at that time.
Yeah, and I think what was crazy before you go into your business side of it is actually our friendship was kind of based on that.
Yes.
Remember? Because I approached you guys. I was like, hey, I got this. And you were like all in for it. But it wasn't just for the just like bringing you in on it. It was more of like, can you create something where it's like it creates history?
Yes.
Because
yeah, you came in with
your
that idea.
Because I knew your reach, and I knew that like you wanted to like just show your community, and I was all for it. Because I was just kind of getting into your like YouTube watching and all that stuff.
You weren't even like a fan when you came in. You were just kind of like, I've seen you guys on YouTube. You guys are cool.
It's like I was like, nerds.
Yeah, pretty much. Curtis came in thinking he was real cool. He was like, I liked baseball in the 90s. I was like, sweet. That was his flex.
Now, to go back to my first question, Chris, like how do you think you would approach like going into like a business transaction with somebody you don't know?
Can I? Is that a different question?
No. You can elaborate on any question.
I want to elaborate on that one real quick.
This is America.
You could talk me down any day.
You do what you want.
I just wanted to say, because it's not as easy, like going back to the other question, which was like, what would you say to somebody new getting into reselling?
Right.
I think what I would say to somebody is like, stay ahead of markets, if that makes sense. In other words, like, there's always something new and collectible, even right now, that we don't know is new and collectible that we pass up on all the time. And if you start like, it's kind of like VHS was one. Like years ago, like I started buying VHS. I used to go to the flea markets and you could get VHS everywhere for a quarter a piece. And every vendor was like, oh my God, why are you buying this stuff? And it was not that I had like some intuition that I was like, man, VHS is going to blow up. It was just from knowing that like, wow, I'm meeting a few people that were like, yeah, I collect VHS. And I was like, really? You collect VHS? What do you like to collect? And they're like, oh, I like all the horror tapes. So long before it was like a lot of people doing, I was like, you know what? I'll go and I'll start buying horror tapes. It seems like people like that. So that's kind of how you catch wind of it. I mean, one of the newer ones we've talked about, which I don't know if it'll ever take off, but I've been like, you know, audio CDs, like rap music for like old rap music, like Dr. Dre or like early Eminem stuff.
Even the tapes.
like we go to the flea market and what do you see them for? Buck. Like everybody's like, oh, CDs. But like I've been taking home bags and bags full of CDs recently, pumping up the market. This is how I pump it up.
It is interesting you say that because I feel like everything goes through that, right? Like that critique period of that's dumb, right? And we talked about it with VHS. Video game clothing, stuff like that. There's always that period where people are very critical of it. And it makes sense to be critical of it because in that moment, it really is garbage.
It sounds stupid.
Like I'll be honest with you with CDs right now, you're probably ahead in my brain. I'm like, I'm not gonna look through CDs, bro. But you might be right to where that's the thing. But why do you buy them if you're not going to play them?
I do. I listen to CDs all the time. I'm not going to lie. I actually do.
Do you really?
I do. I listen to CDs.
Who's your go-to? Who's your go-to CDs?
I like new metal stuff like Korn, Tool.
Really? No, I didn't say what you are. I said, what do you listen to?
Rage Against the Machine. But I like a lot of rap too.
Okay.
I like new age rap.
Who's your favorite rapper?
I mean,
come on, bro.
I'm a big...
I knew it, J. Cole. I knew
so many. No, not J. Cole.
Just gotta get him into it.
Look at this guy. He doesn't even have it. You're not a real. He's trying to in his brain have someone Google search rap artists.
How do you not have like a tier list already built into your head for 1 through 10?
I have like a rap playlist on my head.
No, you know what? You know who I like a lot. Like I'm a big Tupac fan. Like I was
Tupac.
There were so many rappers I had to
Tupac Shaker.
I was gonna say like Tupac, Ice Cube, Bone Thugs. Bone Thugs for some reason always like
Bone Thugs
when
are
you
one
hear
of my
that
guys.
coming up, I'm like, I actually like Warren G a lot too.
Warren G's great. I like Jay-Z back in the day.
So when you were at the flea markets, like if you find a Tupac CD right now, I guarantee you that CD is probably worth $20-25.
I don't pick it up. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But you're not even probably even looking.
I'm
for
not
it.
looking.
Yeah.
If I see him in a stack, I just push him to the side.
I scour through CDs when we're there. Did you see how many CDs I bought last
I
time?
did it. It's gonna be in the video.
I probably buying 15 to 20 CDs at a
Wow.
time when I'm there. Very selective.
I
There's
just-
so much garbage of it.
It has been so hard to not be 2 years old and make a CDs and Nuts joke this whole time, so I just had to get that out of the way. I've been like struggling.
Right over my head.
I've been struggling. Like I looked at Ricky like 3 times, like, I want to get him so bad, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So, like, what is the quickest way as someone like ever like burned a bridge with you?
Oh gosh, I mean, well, oh gosh, I don't want to.
You don't have to say any names or
I'm not going to call
anything,
names
yeah.
out, but we've seen it recently, Ricky, of people we know. We'll say where, God, I don't want to hurt people's feelings too much. Where people are putting these items so much more above the relationship, right? And it'd be like if Chris and I showed up at a booth together and both wanted the same thing and couldn't civilly agree on it as adults.
You
Like,
could just take whatever I had.
yeah, see, there you go. Right?
Be a bully. I don't know. I'm like, yes, Chris.
Chris does have that bully look.
Start doing that. Give me that, Curtis. Nice buy.
But if Chris and I or Ricky, whoever, insert any name, can't agree on who should get what or how or who showed up first or who whatever, if there's no civil agreement in it, then there's a big problem. And that's what we've seen, not in our own way per se. I've never seen any really like vendor bridges being burned, but I've seen it in people in our community. And it just makes me sad, you know?
I've had a couple issues with that. We talked about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you always
Like
scalp
out
people.
hunting and finding. Did I always what? Scalp? No, but like almost honestly, like we're hunting like that where people get like overly aggressive with
They're fines.
their fines.
Yep.
And it's not you guys, it's people that I don't know where I've had those instances.
Yeah,
of
like
that
me, like a
happening.
scumbag. You know,
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm probably one of the laziest resellers. Like my whole garage is just full of inventory.
You are a lazy reseller. I can stand strong.
I
for
told
that.
I told Riff, I was like, Riff, dude, this is terrible, man. I need your help.
So lazy
It's upsetting
reseller.
because like we're adults, right? And it's like I feel like I shouldn't be. I'm not even speaking to these people anymore, but like I shouldn't be in a space where if what I'm doing can cause me such anger towards like a friend of mine or someone I consider my friend, right? Like if I feel like if it turned me on Ricky, so to say, I'd be like, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be in this space, so to say.
And we're gonna finish it on this like last question. I think you guys would kind of know a little bit more about how are there different levels of sourcing?
Different ways.
Yes,
Oh gosh.
I'm pretty dumb. So.
I drove to Vegas 9 hours yesterday to go source stuff.
Yeah, but we knew it wasn't just
5
for
hours.
games. We knew it wasn't just for games.
No, it was.
He's
No,
gonna
just
get
kidding.
in trouble.
I'm kidding.
No, but for sourcing, yeah, that's that sometimes what it takes. I mean, all different avenues and ways. I mean, obviously I have the stores that stuff comes into,
Yeah.
but I literally drove 5 hours one way each way, so it was like 10 hours of
And our
driving
friend
yesterday.
Ben just went to Vegas to get Neo Geo stuff.
And that was a big come up, man.
big.
That's a big come up.
That was a good score that Ben got. Yeah, really good one.
It really just sourcing is such a ebb and flow of just kind of keeping your ears and eyes open. I would say, you know, follow the pages you need to follow, join the groups, make the relationships, and as they come. Again, I don't do it for a living, so I'm not like gotta source,
Right.
or else my family doesn't eat, so to say.
Yeah.
I do, but I'm not outsourcing that much. I only
Yes.
kind of go after like bigger leads now. Like I went out to Vegas yesterday to go basically source like there's a comic chain that has a bunch of they had an absolute massive warehouse there. It was like 60,000 square feet of comics,
Wow.
figures, some video games, T-shirts, everything.
That's
and so we went out. What's that?
So that's amazing.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
I'm
a lot
impressed
of it
by
was
you.
a lot of junk, but we went through and I mean, so that was what I went and
Well,
sourced.
that's the typical standard for buying stuff in big lots. A lot of junk and some good stuff. Just like this channel, which you need to subscribe to. A lot of junk, but some good stuff. And we're going to get out of here. That's it, boys.
Yeah, close it out, baby.
Chris, give us a good smile to the camera because you're the third handsomest one in the room. All right.